All right, y'all, so just got back from the store, did a quick little grocery trip just to get a few things before we head out of town here. So let's take a look at what we got. All right, here's our spread. This is everything. So to start off with our produce, got some fresh baby spinach. This is going to go into a pasta that I'm gonna make. We'll also use the rest for some green smoothies and juices. We got our cauliflower right here. I'm gonna roast that and add it to a meal, maybe with some roasted chickpeas, I'm thinking, as well as this here. We got this fresh, beautiful lacinato kale that we love, AKA dinosaur kale. We also have our fruits, gotta have those for breakfast. And we also have some sweet potatoes just for down the road. Turmeric, some fresh turmeric roots. Gonna use this in some juices that we're gonna make. We got over here some vegan Caesar or dairy-free Caesar dressing. We've actually tried the ranch version of the same brand and it's pretty good. White wine, this is actually for cooking, not so much drinking. Plant-based chicken pieces, this is a brand that we've been getting for a while now. Some of these things are more so for down the road, not to be used this week. We got our garlic here, shallots gonna use that in the pasta that I'm gonna make as well. And then we gotta have some of these good pistachios because y'all know I love pistachios. So these are the chili roasted ones. And then we got some of our dairy-free shredded cheeses here. These were buy one, get one free. So definitely had to capitalize on that. Daya's brand is, I would say they make some good cheeses. They melt pretty well. And then finally, we got our fresh basil here. I'm also gonna add this into that pasta. And so that pasta is gonna be made with a red lentil spaghetti noodle that we've been getting. Gonna do that with some sauteed mushrooms, gonna add that fresh basil and some of the spinach.
It smells delicious.
And for the rest of the basil, I'll use that to make a pesto out of so that it doesn't go to waste. But this is what we got here, folks. Let's get to it. So this is that red lentil spaghetti that I was telling you all about. You know, not only is this a great source of plant-based protein, but this is a great gluten-free alternative as it is made with red lentil flour. The thing that we like about this is, if you see the protein amount, 13 grams within a serving. That's almost double the amount that you get in regular pasta. Regular pasta is gonna give you usually about 7 grams of protein. And one other thing is that this brand also makes a chickpea spaghetti version. It's pretty much the same concept, except it's made with chickpea flour instead of red lentil flour. And it looks a little closer to regular spaghetti in terms of the color. This obviously has this reddish tint. And you might be wondering, what does it taste like? Texture-wise, it's pretty similar to regular pasta. I mean, obviously you're not gonna get the same degree of chewiness as you would get with regular pasta since it doesn't have that gluten or those wheat components. But I mean, you cook it to al dente, you really don't notice much of a difference, at least not in our opinion. So we got a pot of salt water heating up here. Gonna add these in there and let them get nice and done. All right, so just to explain a little bit further what all is going into this pasta. So I'm gonna be sauteing these sliced baby portobello mushrooms. And while those are sauteing, I'm gonna season those with what you see here from the liquid aminos, a little bit of Worcestershire sauce, and then a little bit of liquid smoke. This is a little trifecta combination that we typically use just to give the mushrooms a little bit of flavoring, something to just set them apart. After sauteing those, I'm gonna then make the sauce. This is gonna be like a wine sauce, if you will. So I'm gonna saute the shallots in some vegan butter and then add a little bit of white wine, nutritional yeast. At the end, gonna add some chopped basil as well as some fresh chopped spinach just to give it a little bit of color and a little bit more flavoring. And who knows, I might add a little bit of plant-based milk, maybe some almond milk if I decide I wanted to give a little bit more of a creamy texture, but haven't decided yet. I'm gonna make that a game time decision. That's what I sometimes do when I cook, but there you have it, folks. And this is gonna be quite nice, I can already tell.